Pet owners go without to feed their animals. Heating or eating isn't the only brutal choice being forced by the cost of living crisis. As bills mount, growing numbers of people are having to choose between feeding themselves or their pets. And, as you might expect in nation of animal lovers, it is often the pet that is put first. Now charities are following up the expansion of food banks with facilities dedicated to pet food to meet this bleak, modern need. We've had people here who have said they'll live on beans on toast for the next week so that their pet can have food, Natalie Everett, a deputy manager for animal welfare charity Blue Cross, told I. To stay up to date with latest top stories, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above this video. I think people definitely put pets before themselves and do without so that they can feed them. The charity has started to build a network of pet food banks across the UK. A new branch is due to open in Grimsby, where Ms. Everett is based, next month. Last year it opened pet food banks in Sheffield and Manchester. Ryan Rouse, who is setting up the Grimsby Pet Food Bank, said he realized the need for the service when he discovered that pet owners in the town were going without to feed and keep their pets. People were sacrificing their own meals for the pets, he said. Or if the pet was on medication, they were substituting their own care in favor of their pet's needs. Pet ownership soared during the pandemic. The latest Pet Food Manufacturers Association figures showed that the number of households with a pet rose by 3.2 million to 17 million in the year after March 2020. But many are now finding it difficult to make ends meet. Gina Ratcliffe, an animal welfare assistant who coordinates the Blue Cross Manchester Pet Food Bank, said, "People are asking us for more help because they've had a drop in universal credit, a drop in their money, as well as things going up, so they're just fighting a losing battle." Cassandra McGowan was forced to give up 3 of her animals before receiving support from a pet food bank. The 34-year-old, from Pembrokeshire in Wales, had to rehome 3 of her cats during the pandemic after her benefits were cut and she could no longer afford to feed them. But she has managed to keep her 2 dogs thanks to help from the Cariad Pet Food Bank. She said the deliveries she gets every 3 months mean she no longer has to worry about how she'll feed her Chihuahua Jack Russell Cross, Smudge and Pug French Bulldog Cross, Toby. Ms. McGowan, who is out of work due to health reasons, added, "It's really important to me, they're just like my children and I wouldn't want to be without them. They help me with my epilepsy and other problems. It's just nice to know that there's someone out there that can help. If it weren't for them, I don't know where I'd be now." Mr. Rouse said the pet food banks were giving people vital help in a difficult situation. They are desperate to get themselves out of it, he said. They just need that plaster to hold things together whilst they get themselves back where they need to be. In Wales, Cariad Pet Therapy started a pet food bank after the pandemic laid bare the struggles that many animal lovers in Pembrokeshire and Carmarthenshire were facing. More on dogs. Robert Thomas, who together with his wife opened a service in Haverfordwest in January last year, initially only had funding for 6 months. But they have no plans to stop. It's that safety net which a normal food bank can't provide, because a food bank will only have pet food sometimes, but it's not tailored, he said. Whereas we know what pets people have, you have to know what the needs of each pet is. The RSPCA has also recognized the risk of animals being given up by owners who have fallen on hard times. In November, it started a campaign for pet food donations after demand soared. The charity works with around 40 traditional food banks. RSPCA Inspector and Food Bank Coordinator Alison Fletcher said, "We are concerned the rising cost of living could make a worrying situation even more tough, so we have plans to expand the project."